Hello everyone, welcome back to our tutorial, and this time around I will be going through some questions on how to deal with volume and surface area of cylinders and prisms. Okay, so what we have in front of you is a school exam question. It goes by a diagram shows a solid hexagonal prism. The cross section of the prism is a regular hexagon made up of 6 equilateral triangles. The sides are of length 8 cm and height 6.93 cm, and the length of the prism is 40 cm. Everything is in the diagram, everything is labeled. Therefore, let's answer all those parts. Okay, so for part A, they ask you to find the area of triangle PQR, and triangle PQR is basically this PQR here, the blue color triangle. And as we already know, area of triangle equals to half times base times by height. A base and height must be perpendicular to one another, and they are given as well, which is 8 and 6.93. Therefore, we just substitute those values, half times by 8 times by 6.93 cm, and what you get is equals to 27.72 square centimeters. Okay, so the three significant figures will be 27.7 square centimeters. Okay, this is in 3s. Sorry, there's no need for you to put into 3s because it's an exact value. Okay, so 27.72. This is our answer. Okay, so for part B, they ask you to find the volume of prism. So basically, volume of prism is obtained by taking the cross-section area of our cross-section multiplied by the length. Okay, so in this case, our cross-section is the one in red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That whole hexagon is our cross-section. Okay, as shaded in red there. And our length is simply this 40 centimeters. All right, so what we need to find is the area of 6 triangles and multiply by 40. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take 27.72 times by 6. This is the area of the cross section. Then we multiply by our length, which is 40 cm. And just use your calculator, you will get 6652.8 cubic centimeters. Okay, so you can give this as your final answer because it is an exact value. All right. Let's look at part C, the total surface area of the prism. So the total surface area of the prism is simply made up of all those 6 rectangles. Okay, let me show you, let me highlight to you in yellow. You'll see these are the sorry, let's use the yellow color. Okay, so this is the areas that you need. 1, 2, 3. These are what you can see, and then at the back on the left hand side another 3, and bottom including the bottom side. Okay, so there are basically 6 rectangles and then 2 of these hexagons. Okay, 2 of these hexagons. So another way, or one way to look at the area of the 6 rectangles is by looking at the perimeter, or rather this the perimeter of this hexagon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we open up this prism, okay, and lay it flat, like making the net of this solid, you will basically see this number of rectangles. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and one of the hexagon will be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the hexagon. Okay, and there's one more at the other side. Okay, let me adjust this. Okay, so the other hexagon, the other side is over here. Okay, and what's the value of these lines? This is all 8 centimeters. All these are 8. Okay, all these are 8, and the length is 40 cm. Okay, so what do we need to find is the area of all these shapes. Okay, so I'm going to show you how. This will be the total surface area. Total surface area of prism is obtained by taking 8 times by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 times by 6 is the length of this rectangle. Then you multiply by 40. So this is the area of the rectangle. Alright? Plus, you need to find the area of 2 of the hexagon. 2 hexagon is 2 multiplied by, what was the area of the hexagon previously? Let's check. Area of the cross section is basically 27 times by 27.72 times by 6. That's the area of the one cross section, right? 27.72. 27.72. This is the area of one cross section. It's by 6, sorry. We need to find, we need to multiply by 6. This is the area of one cross section. Okay, so 2 times, okay, because there are 2 hexagons. Okay, there are 2 hexagons, while this is the area of one, this area of one hexagon. One hexagon. Okay, so let's use our calculator to get the value for this. Okay, so we will get 1920 for the area of that rectangle, while the other one 332.64. Okay, so we add up with 1920, we will get 2252.64 square centimeters. Okay, so we can give this as the final answer because all these are exact values from the calculation itself, from the dimensions given to us. Okay, so this is how we work on this kind of questions, finding the volume of prism and the total surface area of prism. All right, so let me just spend a bit more time on the total surface area of prism. Okay, so back to the diagram here. Let's look in green again. Okay, so this hexagon, okay, if you open up, you slice it up, and then you lay it flat to form the net, what you will get is what you see on the yellow color screen. Okay, so again, this is the green color rectangle. So when you lay it flat, you will get this rectangle. Okay, this is the net of the solid, and then the 2 hexagons is just attached at one end of the rectangle. Okay, so you are looking for the area of these shapes, and then you will get the total surface area of this prism. The length, the one rectangle has a length of 8 cm, so 8 cm here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rectangles, right? So that's why we take 8 multiplied by 6 here, multiplied by 40, which is the length. So this is the total, this is the surface area of that 6 rectangles. All right, and then for the 2 hexagons, we need to take 2 multiplied by the area of 1 hexagon here. Okay, so 2 is because there are 2 hexagons, the first one and the second hexagon. 27.72 again is the area of one small triangle, so we multiply by 6 to get the area of 1 hexagon. Multiply by 2 because there are 2 hexagons. All right, so just find the sum, and then we can get our answer for the total surface area of the prism. All right, okay, that's all for this example. I'll catch you at our next video.